So, I didn't want to make this video. It's in some cases definitely unnecessary, but I feel like I have to do it to maintain a strong reputation. And obviously, when it comes out in public, which it probably will, um, I will be able to debunk it really quickly because let's be real, it probably will come out. So, today I'm going to be talking about something that's happened in private, but I just want to make sure that you guys know it's just defamatory and let's say I'm not really happy that this happened and I have to clarify some stuff before you actually hear it, the view actually hear it on the different videos. So just to let you know, I will be playing a different game and I'm just gonna be wandering around and stuff like that. I'm not actually gonna be doing anything. So yeah. Basically I've written down a key before this video and so let's start. There is this person. I'm not going to refer their names. I'm actually not going to refer anybody by their names, but so let's call the person that we're talking about A. Now, let's say A, he joined someone which we'll be calling by Z. Now, Z obviously joined A, and when A was playing the show since Z was playing the show. What? A joined, and he was like, "Ooh, this is very cool. I want to work here. I like this game. Motive idea." And he gave us a 10 Robux tip, and I was like, "Yo, thank you so much. This will be genuinely appreciated since we do use all our Robux for staff, etc., stuff like that." So I obviously thanked him, and then he wanted to work here. So what we done is we put A into an interview, and obviously it went pretty well. He got accepted. Most people do get accepted, but some they just don't. And let's say I don't think. Let me check this. I don't think that it was the reality that I was expecting. At the very latest part because now we've all broken up in separate sides. So X, I'll be referring to him by X. Y, I'll be referring to somebody. And me, we've been trying to debunk A's lies. Actually, I'll put like a little diagram on the top. Probably editing me will do this, so you just know how to keep everything on track, etc. like that. So me, X, and Y, we're debunking what he done and going into further things and how it could actually possibly be crimes. So obviously, A joined. He was very good, but thing is, now I know that A and Z, I'll refer to him by Z, as you know. A and Z will probably be watching this. They are completely not on my side, but thing is, A, I know that you're watching this. It's very simple. Someone probably told you about this. And let's say what you've done is absolutely shan, because I've heard about everything that you've done by X, and I'm not trying to rat him out, but you seriously need to lock in. That's one thing I'm gonna say. But let's start. So, obviously throughout the months, A was a pretty good employee, but it started getting a bit off track, and I'll tell you why. Now, he was a receptionist, and let's say he acted like he was the owner. So now, what I mean by that is he once contributed 250 Robux to paydays, and he started calling himself the owner because he was receptionist and he was doing some other stuff which was relatively useless since most people do cover that. I don't really remember it on the top of my head because I didn't really make a script for this video, but anyways, he was acting all like that, and honestly, I didn't want to say anything because honestly, was a really nice guy. I did like him, but honestly, I did have strong opinions about him, calling him calling himself quote unquote a second owner, which by the way, Y is a co-owner. But what can I say? It's obviously not like his fault that obviously not his fault that he thinks that, because some people think different ways, and I'm honestly not gonna say anything a bit more about that, since I just wanna like get the main part about this video. So basically, let's say Y likes to rage bait A lot, and now the A is the main person of this. And let's say he was the main person of this, obviously, but Y loved to rage bait him, and I think honestly this went way too far. Because let's be real, if Y didn't rage bait him, none of this would be happening. And I'm relatively saying that it's not Y's fault or even A's fault, but the thing is, like, you gotta understand a bit more about what I'm saying. So we were playing this bingo game. I forgot what it's called, but if I can't find it, I'll put it on the screen. And let's say we went a bit too far with the jokes, me and Y. I can't admit that because I'm not gonna act like I'm not like the main person in this, because I did put some of myself in the fault. I can't lie. And basically, you were saying A paint his toenails as a joke, and obviously, we didn't like it, but I really don't know at that point why he didn't leave or either block us, because let's say he got really mad and he was playing with his friend, and A basically just we were playing at his table, and his friend owned the table. I'm just gonna call him by his friend, and she blocked us from the table, so we couldn't go in. And he was basically annoying us. Y got extremely mad, so we banned him. And honestly, looking back at that, I don't think that was the greatest idea. But at the same time, we know, like, Y didn't relatively like him. I just knew that because he told me a bit later on whilst we are on calls, because we do calls very relevantly. So, having a look at this, basically that happened. And I had to modify what he said, because I had to modify what Y said on the ban note, because honestly, it could have gotten us into more trouble, but And basically, a few days later, A found out that he was banned. He tried to appeal it and he tried to talk to me, but I literally just said I wasn't the one that made the decision to ban him, since not A. Y is obviously. I'm not going to give any hints about him, but he's a very high rank. I think if you're a part of the show staff crew, you should know who it is. But if you don't, that's good. So basically, after that, my mind really went blank. But basically, now this is where X comes in. So basically, me and X were on one day, and he was like, "Oh, Chili, that's my Roblox name, by the way. Chili, A said that you banned him on the show, and he wants to know why." So I gave him the reason, and then he gave, and my mind literally just went blank there. But if I do find out what's going on, I'll add a little segment between this. But alright, if I do, I'll just leave this blank space. Alright, so I don't know if I found it, but that basically happened. So let's continue. Basically, what I found out was just I have to blur that out. A was trying to make allegations. Let's say make allegations about the show and how we were quote unquote abusing our staff. Now, abusing is a very strong word. Independence to things like, I don't know, something more softer. Abuse is a very very strong word for what you call it. And he said we were, and I found out what he meant by that. He meant by admin abusing. Now, really, the show. Now, I'm gonna admit this. Sometimes, yeah, I'm an abuse, but that's for special events. And if we're just trying to like basically it's just for special events, and that's just basically it. I usually use my admin very well. But some like other people that have been fired in the past, they haven't. So, yep. Now let's finish this off by actually no, we're not gonna finish this off. But now I'm gonna put this in a really like I don't really know how the timeline went. I'm just saying what I recall. But basically, he let's say how do I say it? Basically, we had an altercation. So he actually joined this game called Industrialist. If you want to play it, looking around, he joined Industrialist with us. Joined Industrialist with us. I don't know how he did since none of us in the game were friends with him except X. Now, basically, what happened is I honestly obviously didn't want to talk to him, but I accepted him in to see what he wanted to say. Like, I know that sounds dodgy, but didn't want to talk to him, but I wanted to see what he wanted to say for himself. And I was obviously trying to dodge him, but basically at the end of this, it went really blurry because we were trying to celebrate. We were trying to give our good looks to somebody. You know what? I'll just refer him by number 2. We were trying to give our good looks to number 2 since he was going into surgery. So I'm not going to explain why here because you might not want it in public. So basically, we're trying to say our good looks to 2. And let's say Spiros didn't care. Oh, gosh! A didn't care. And he just tried to start an argument with me. And at the end of it, he said he took a screen recording and he's gonna send it to court. Now, this is obviously very fake because you can just tell it's fake in general. Because let's say now it's not really a good reason to bring it into court. He was just trying to scare me so I could unban him, and honestly, I'm not really scared because I've got him trying and ask for my phone number, X's phone number, and possibly even Z's phone number. Now to clarify, X is around 12 to 13, and SB2 is an undisclosed age. I won't say that for privacy, but he's very young. Now obviously I don't really know if A asked for Z's number, but I'm predicting that he did. Now, obviously, he has a big age gap between 12 and let's say asking for a 12-year-old's number with a really big age gap. It's very bad now. A even pointed this out by saying, I know stranger danger and everything whilst we were in altercation with the Industrialist server. And obviously, he didn't make the smartest decision, let's say. But I really don't know what I can say to this because it's honestly his decision what he does. Now, what I've been hearing is that he hasn't, but I have actually proved to send to Roblox moderation. I maybe even real life court for now he has a mild case of blackmail. Now, this isn't even bad blackmailing, but I'll tell you what he did. So X, now I'm not gonna disclose what happened, but basically he said A said if he unadded him, he would tell somebody that X really likes that, I can't really explain it that much due to privacy reasons, and yeah, but I just have to make it public so you guys know. And let's say this drama is probably going to be worse than the hedge situation. Now, if you don't know what the hedge situation is, if you were my viewer around 2023 or 2022, I really don't know when it happened. And basically, we just had some drama. I don't know why, but basically, we just came back and forth, and then we just decided that it obviously wasn't worth it, so we just stopped. Like, we're all right now. Definitely all right. I really wonder how he's doing, but let's not get off topic. But basically, yeah. So he was also he also tried to deceive me. Now I don't know if he actually thought like he was trying to deceive me. I don't know, but I'll just explain the story to see what you guys think. Basically, he told me that there's this kid named Draco. I'll call him my Draco because that's his display name, but there's tons of Dracos, so you won't be able to find him. There's this kid named Draco, and A said that he was a hacker because he sold them quote unquote scripts, even though he didn't. And he said he was gonna hack my game if I didn't make my game open source so he could fix it. Now, obviously, at the end of the day, nothing happened, but it was very dodgy that he asked for the show to be open source. Now, I'm obviously not going to do that, even though my game probably would have been hacked, because at the end of the day, I can fix it. Since it's probably only server side and not inside the Roblox studio material. But basically, oh yeah, basically at the end of the day, he probably tried to get the show off my hands and basically just be a leaker. Now, I obviously wasn't stupid, but like I was always very skeptical because I'm very gullible. I'll say that. And looking back at it now, he was probably trying to steal my game. Now, you're probably watching this. Now if you didn't try to steal my game, now what? Why would you ask me? Why would you ask me to make my game open source? That's the thing. Firstly, if you're gonna try to deceive me, you have to be more convincing than that. Also, I've got. Oh yeah. Also, he said he was trying to add a point onto the altercation in Industrious, saying that he donated 250 Robux for the payday, even though I have literal screenshots of him saying that he would be willing to do it. Now, obviously, I know that you're watching this, obviously, now. You did actually say, now, if you want me to send screenshots, I can. You did actually say that you'd be willing to do it, and, the world's just the world, you can't really control it. So, let me check how long this video is. 70 minutes. I'll pop it down. But, yeah, basically, if I can remember anything, I'll put it at the end of that little segment. But yeah, let's say be careful online. Don't give any phone numbers online, kids. Don't give any Discord, Snapchat, whatever tags, because trust me, I know friends I've done that before and they've got bad decisions, poor decisions out of it. So yep, that's the main point. Oh, the main point of the day. And yep, goodbye. See you in the next video.